This IRB Sevens World Series in Las Vegas. It'll be Kenya and Chile. As you see, this will be the fourth match between the two all-time. Kenya leads modestly. 2 wins, 1 for Chile. Take a look at Kenya in Pool C. The 1-2 punch you see, Asego and Injera. Those two have combined for more points as a combo than any other group in the competition. Certainly a formidable starting lineup for Kenya, who have had a pretty good run so far through the first 3 competitions of this season. Their opposition today, Chile, making their debut on this season. They have not played in the first 3 competitions, but we'll see Pablo Lorenz, one of the popular 15s players as well as 7-a-side players that you'll see in South America, and he'll be leading his squad this afternoon. On they come, Kenya in green, Chile in red. And as crowd builds, you will see today that Kenya is one of the more popular sides worldwide. Wherever they go, it's certainly here at the US Sevens, they come prepared with a magnificent cheering section. It reminds you of an American college side, college football crowd, enthusiastic, wearing their colors, jumping up and down and cheering wildly at all times. Stuart Barry is our referee from South Africa, and we are just about ready to go here in Las Vegas.
This is Chile versus Kenya.
And there you go, going from left to right in this first half will be Kenya. Lavin Asego, 8th in this competition this year, scoring 81 points through the first 3 tournaments. Kicks it underway, and here comes Chile, enterprising, coming out from behind the 22. Get tied up, still behind. Now they cross the 22. Good start for Chile until then. The penalty against them, and quickly Collins and Jera puts the ball back into play for Kenya. Back to Injera. Naikuli into tackle. Close to the touchline. That's Injera with 17 tries, number 2 in the competition, who sends it wide. Kenya going to try to take it wide again. It's Kayenje into the tackle.
No hands.
Strong in that tackle, Kayenga. He's the skipper. He sets the pace.
Slightly forward, they'll bring it back. It'll be scrum to Chile. And we'll see about one of the Kenyans who is shaken up across the way.
Pretty solid start here for Kenya in this game. Crowd here, big Kenyan support here. There's a large community in Southern California. They've waited a year for their boys to come back to town, so they're going to be vocal.
Well, we learned about this Kenyan community in Los Angeles years ago. They followed the event down to San Diego, and here they come up Interstate 15.
Let's go, please.
Like so many Southern Californians do, here to the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's Innocent Simiyu. You see his 270 points. Significant in this accounting for this World's Sevens competition.
Benjamin Ayemba, we just saw there, the coach, former player for this Kenyan side. Made a couple of trips to Los Angeles in the early time of the USA Sevens. Looks on and would like to see some points on the board for his team.
All right, Chile working it. Conejo. Chile's had the ball in hand twice, but they've not had it much past the 22. And the ball comes loose. Will Kenyans make them pay? We'll see. Cutting across through traffic. Down to 5 meters. 1 pass to go. No, take it in yourself. Try for Kenya. Collins and Jera with his 18th try of the season.
Collins and Jera having another wonderful season. He's related. He's the brother to the skipper, Humphrey Kayenga. They work well off each other. Another try on the board to Collins and Jera. We had a good look there at the athleticism of this Kenyan side. They were just strong there. Fought through that tackle, got the pass out wide. Nice inside step, had a look. Little show of the ball, got it down, try time.
Maybe the theme of the match. If Chile makes handling errors, these Kenyans will turn them into points. And certainly that would be a testimonial for that line of thinking. And Kenya leads 7-0. About 2.5 minutes gone in this first half, the 6th match of this IRB Sevens World Series. Kenya coming in this season with 28 points through the first 3 tournaments. The wealthy nations in terms of Sevens rugby right now, that would be New Zealand with 64 points and Fiji with 60.
Thank you.
Chile having to work that little bit extra to retain possession of the ruck. Solid tackle, good offload, but look at this. Chile continues to have troubles handling onto the ball, getting across that 22-meter line, Ray. They need to get on the other side.
Now, they haven't seen the other side of the 22-meter line yet.
Advantage.
So it looks like they lost that ball forward. So
Yeah, there seems to
Chile
be...
are not being able to get the ball down to the other end of the field at all. Pablo Loren's been involved. He's the most experienced of these players from Chile. But realistically, they just don't have a lot of go forward at this stage. And you got to give some credit to the Kenyan defense. They're up swarming.
I was just
making
going
it
to say,
difficult.
Ray, so far they've thrown a green curtain across that 22. And it's been impossible for Chile thus far to penetrate it.
Leave it now.
Good work from Chile there on that scrum put in. Got the turnover.
Send it back. Getting close to that 22 again. There they go. Across. They get it out wide. The Kenyans assemble for the tackle at the 10-meter line. The ball continues.
Leave it green. Thank you. Hold.
They'll take your shirt right off your back if you let them in order to play the good defense right now.
Number 2, Valadares comes into the halfback and finds a little bit of space there.
And they continue forward. That's Rangier. Ball goes forward. Advantage to Kenya, and then it was knocked. And it will be a scrum to Chile. So something promising for Chile here in the latter stages of the first half. They trail 7-0, but they have a scrum now inside 10 meters on the Kenyan side of the pitch.
Closer. Come in.
Now, it's very untidy there from Kenya. Well, Hufia had the opportunity there. The ball popped down to him, but he knocked it on. Gave Chile the scrum feed.
Early tackle.
And the tackle a bit early, so a quick tap down for Chile. Here's their opportunity. Lawrence into tackle. Cornejo.
Too long.
And now he hangs on the ball. Kick the other way. And here's Kenya. Asego. Lavin Asego, the veteran, picks up, looking for space. He finds a teammate and puts him into that space.
The quick tap and the quick turnover. Kenya will burn you if you're not set in defense. That was pretty easy for Kenya. Found the gap after Lavin Asego, and that's the skipper scoring.
Right in front of the sticks.
Humphrey Kayanga, he was part of the IRB's bid team to the Olympics, part of that successful group that lobbied the Olympic Committee for inclusion in the 2016 Games. Very valuable member of that bid team from Africa. We see him score the try right under the posts.
Well, Ray, we mentioned the first time that Kenya scored, it was after a mishandle turned into a try. This time the penalty deep in Kenya territory, and this young man, Lavin Asego, picked it up, quick tapped it, set up Kayenga, and it's 14-0 in favor of Kenya. Threatening to run away from this Chilean side. Runners up in the South American competition. They lost to Argentina. No surprise by that. Well, another broken tackle. Not too far to go. Straighten up, get under the sticks again. How do you do? 3 tries for Kenya in this first half.
Number 8, Brian Nakuli with the try there. Just strong play, good possession. There was an excellent switch of play early in that move. Opened up space on the left side. Kenya able to capitalize. And right now they are in cruise control.
All that's left of this first half is an Asego conversion attempt.
There was the switch there. Got it out wide. Good handoff there. Palmed him away. McCoy runs it in. Good work there. Good strength. Kenia looking very sharp today.
I was going to say, Ray, through the first half, almost flawless play. 21 points nil. Kenya in front of Chile. So let's take a look at what's going on with Daniel Greco and see what he might be saying to his team right now.
Pasarnos la pelota a ver qué es lo que ocurre, lo dijimos ayer, ortodoxo no se puede jugar, no hemos tirado un solo señuelo, no hemos hecho un cruce, no hemos aprovechado el ciego las 3 pelotas que teníamos, no nos aislemos, Pablo, no nos aislemos con tranquilidad.
Imploring his players to lift their effort. Chile, not a regular member of the Sevens tournament, but they certainly appreciate their time here. To see Benjamin Aima talking to his team.
It's been interesting through the prism of the USA Sevens, watching Kenya mature from just a few years ago being an upstart new franchise out of Africa to being one of the major players. This year, they made it to the plate semifinals in Dubai. George, they made it to the cup semifinals. A week ago, they made it to quarterfinals, losing to Samoa. By the way, had a magnificent first outing against Scotland today.
And you have a look at last year was really the breakthrough year in many regards for Kenya. They beat South Africa for the first time. They made their first cup final in Adelaide. The Kenyan side, Sevens rugby in Kenya takes precedent. It's the most important game. They have a number of these players now are contracted, and you're seeing the benefits. They're also, at this point in time, the most experienced side here. 273 combined appearances in IRB Sevens events. They know the game, and they certainly come to entertain.
And that they do. Chile will kick this second half underway. A reminder, you're in southern Nevada right now.
No, you live in southern Arizona.
It's right next door. The restart kick, as if Kenya needed any more advantage, they'll begin the second half with a tap at midfield. You're in southern Nevada. I'm Dave Sitton along with Ray Veers. Delighted to bring this to you worldwide. The IRB 7 Series here in the United States, the 4th on the circuit this year. Next up will be Australia. That'll be March 19th to the 21st, and then to Hong Kong. More about that as the day progresses. Kenya with a simple movement outside in space, break a tackle, have a man back inside. That man is Collins Injera. He's finally tackled inside the 22. Kenya very workmanlike in this game, Ray, taking the ball forward.
Well, Collins Injera dragged 4 defenders from Chile into that tackle. They've sort of spread out a little bit. They've got their defense organized. If they had gotten quick ball, they had a 4-man overlap. Now they go into a more orthodox set.
Kahuthia is the Kenyan who brought the ball out of the ruck finally, and a couple of broken tackles, and in they go again. Kenya putting on a clinic this early afternoon in Nevada.
Well, there's no real way to sugarcoat that. It was just poor tackling by the Chileans. Innocent Simiyu. It was really man-on-man defense with the defense shifting, but he was just able to break through some relatively weak defense. And we take a look. See the defense coming across. It's solid, but 2 handoffs there. Say goodbye. It's try time.
It was Innocent Simiyu, who you may recall early in the match was shaken up. Had the physio attend to him, stayed in the match, and he's picked up a try.
And he looks pretty fit.
The conversion, good, 28-0. Kenya over Chile, and this could be a very long 5 minutes remaining for Chile.
Well, it is difficult for these teams like Chile to play, who only play in a small number of events. It's a real opportunity for them to come up onto the world stage, but it is difficult for them. They're a young side. They only have 4 players that have ever played in an IRB Sevens event, so it's a real learning curve for these guys.
Up with the ball that time is Lawrence, the veteran, looking for an offload, gets it. Puts it over to teammate Villavicencio. Aldo
Fine, he's onside now.
delivers possession to Cornejo.
Release!
Valadares
Tackler.
was there. It was
You're released the tackler.
a tackle infraction against Kenya, and up with it comes Chile very quickly. Aldo Cornejo back across the halfway line, looking for some help.
Advantage, knock on.
And the ball's knocked forward, advantage to Kenya. Kenyans recover. Well, what will they do? A kick? A fake? And tied up nicely is Injera. Collins, who's got one of the 4 Kenyans try so far, swings it wide. And a nice movement there. This is Naikuli.
That was forward.
Yep. And Chile will not line up on the try line to watch a conversion for a little bit.
See the missed tackles there on Chile. 4. Kenya's been good on all their tackles. If you miss tackles at this level of sevens rugby, you're going to pay the piper for it. And a couple of missed tackles, pretty soft tries there for Kenya. They'll be happy to have this game out of the way. They've got bigger fish to fry later in the day.
Andrew Monde on for Kenya. Juan Pablo Leon on for Chile. And commenting again as we take a look at another Chilean substitution is Ricardo Cifri will enter the match.
Time back on.
But looking at just the physical nature of the Kenyan side, when we met them 5-6 years ago, they were very thin people. They are now cut athletes. They have found the weight room, and boy, are they effective with it.
Now they've really devoted a lot of resources in Kenya. They have numerous national competitions for sevens. They're really looking for the best players, and what they're searching for now is the next generation of Kenyan players.
Green 9. Shift it back
That's the goal now in Kenya, is to find the next group of players to come up and star on this IRB World Series stage.
I can't imagine it be too difficult to instill the incentive into the young Kenyan rugby player, the young Kenyan athlete, an opportunity to go worldwide, see the entire world and play a game you love. What an opportunity for a young Kenyan. For that matter, any young man around the world right now. That ball was tossed forward. You can't do that. They'll scrum it down to Chile. They've been good at everything else, but the forward pass they're not going to accept here today.
No, there's been a few of those from Kenya, a little loose passing. It was tight down that short side of the field there. They tried to get it to the player to score in the corner, but just pops it up there. Yeah, there it was forward.
Red, Chile.
Horace Otieno will be the 3rd Kenyan off the bench in this match.
Steady 3.
So Benjamin Ayimba will let some of his players take a little bit of a rest. Here's the kick out of the try zone. And let's see if there's a good bounce for Chile. No, it's more for Kenya. Taken by Otieno just off the bench. Nicely set into the ruck. Lots of space for Kenya. One more pass. There you go. Off to the races. With one cut, in you go, try. And that is scored by Innocent Simiyu. That is his 2nd try of the match. Kenya, 7 tries. A bit gaudy.
Sorry, David. They do like the space out wide. They want to play a wide game. They're certainly keen on getting it wide, and the Kenyans extend their lead here.
Yeah. Congratulations to Innocent. That would be a milestone in his career. 50 tries on the circuit in his career. And you can say his 50th came in Las Vegas, Nevada. The only problem today for Kenya so far is they did not make their 7th, their 5th conversion rather. 33 points to nil. Less than a minute remain. Game 6 of the IRB Sevens World Series, and brought to you by Bridgestone here in Las Vegas. Taken by Chile's Villavicencio. Footballs it back. Good little gallop by Cifri. Cifri's got fresh legs. Cifri continues down the touchline. And he was put into touch before the pass. So line out to Kenya. The way this has gone for Kenya, Ray, I wonder if they've even broken a bead of sweat.
No, it was a good break there by Cifri. The young player has just come on as a replacement. But Kenya, the defense was solid. They were coming across, able to get the ball back. Now they're going to have one last crack at the Chilean defense.
There's your chip. The cover man is Cornejo. Down on the ball. Advantage to Chile. It's going to be a kick to Chile, and that's how this game is going to move forward.
6.
Cornejo's been the best for Chile. He's been pretty productive. Made a couple of breaks. Good sweeping work there. He's certainly been the best player in this game for the Chileans.
Nice move. Put it through the gap, but 2 good tacklers along with the ball carrier. Chile, a last gasp, trying to get on the scoreboard. Get it out wide. This is Valadares. Valadares for the cut. Valadares inside 5. And the ball is off the foot, but it's going to be a penalty.
The ball, no penalty try. He was covered.
A penalty against Chile.
Ball, number 10, Green.
Good call from the referee there. No penalty try. He was covered. You heard the referee say it, so smart work. Chile with the penalty, and they go.
They've waited 14 minutes for something from Chile. We finally get it. They use the entire clock, literally. Finally, they're into the try zone. 33-5, Kenya with Chile's conversion pending. That's a nice way to finish for Chile, right?
Absolutely. Ricardo Cifri had a good break a little while ago. Gets the try. Good finish for Chile. The conversion is good. So that's going to give Chile a little bit of confidence going into the next rounds.
Conversion good, and that will be the score as it is recorded. 33 points to Kenya. Chile 7, and one more look at this final gasp to get onto the scoreboard, and they get it done.
Good inside little cut there from Cifri. Too strong for the defense. Got the try. Well done, Chile, but Kenya far too good. Chile. So not much to expect here. They haven't seen each other on the paddock in a long time, Johnny. So I just think the way Samoa is playing, they are really an engaging side as we take a look at James Bolobau, referee from Fiji. Samoa, if you were a gambling man, Johnny, they would have been a good bet this weekend.
It's easy. That's optimistic at best.
On or behind the line? Okay?
I think Samoa will be a little strong in the wash-up.
I think they're going to be a good side here tonight. We take a look there. It's young Chilean side.
0 is the call.
We are underway. Samoa. Switch it back. Now the speed comes. That's spun out. Pessimino's on the far flank. Switches gears. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Avoids the sideline. And Michele Pessimino. That would be number 4 for the day, Johnny.
That guy scores tries like it's going out of fashion. Unbelievable. Yes, very impressive stuff from Samoa. When they had to take contact, they took it on their own terms. They recycled, used the width again. Everyone's composed. Good early passes out in front. And it's just a little bit too quick, but really fending well, maintaining his balance, low center gravity. Lovely try.
Well, a couple of seasons ago, Michele Pessimino was in line. He was one of the top 3 nominees for the IRB Sevens Player of the Year. Had a season of injury, had a knee problem, and this year, though, he is back with a vengeance. We take a look at live play. Samoa kicked off. Got an advantage being played to Chile here right now for coming around offside. Ofisa Treviranus, who's anchored that Samoan scrum all these years, the forward play. So Chile with the kick. They'll go to the sideline, have the line out set right on halfway. Samoa just really unlucky in that final last week against Fiji. I thought they had won the game, but it was so close. As we take a look there, most tries, Michele Pessimino. Oh, brilliant pass there away. Wali Mai clears it. Now it's going out on the inside angle. Wasn't able to release the ball to Pessimino. Now it comes back across the field. And they've got numbers. Straightened there from Michele. Now it switches. we got a crossing penalty here.
Oh, yeah.
James Bolivar outside.
I think technically he's right, but I'm not sure that the bloke really wanted to tackle him anyway.
No, Wally Mai looked like he was on his way for another try.
He did a bit. No, but let's give the benefit of the doubt to the Chileans. Some lovely play there from Samoa. Great skill set from Wally Mai to put it in the breadbasket, that lovely behind-the-back pass. Using the width and depth. Just fantastic stuff to watch.
Mistake there, Lolalui back. He's the skipper of this Samoan team. Now they just switch it across. Another back, and now he's found the space. Support to the left, really needed. Wally Mai takes the tackle, pops it inside. Another great tackle. And pick of the pocket. Loose ball there.
Hang on.
See a late tackle here, I think.
Yeah. I think he's probably going to put him in the bin.
He's definitely going for the yellow card.
I don't think he saw it. It was that late. The ref's headed turn. If we
Polo, captain.
No, it's just before that. The instant we're looking just before that is the big hit, and see if it was late.
Okay, I'll start off.
Pablo Lorenz there.
Okay.
And he's discussing with his touch judge
So the judge.
whether he's going to take any further action.
Okay, any recommendation? Red card? Thank you, same to me.
I think the ref was slightly unsighted. He turned his head after the pass. Wasn't a great pass, mind you.
I think we got a serious card coming out here.
Extremely dangerous. Okay.
Listening to the ref.
I think it's a red.
Extremely dangerous.
Extremely. You're right, Ray. Extremely dangerous. Red card.
That is a red card. They're going to play a man down for the rest of this game.
And then there's a possible suspension that will be reviewed by the...
This will go to immediately to the judiciary. They'll take a look at it.
To the relevant body.
And determine how they're going to deal with it.
There are 3 QCs sitting up here with us. One of them...
Can you carry on?
Queen's counsels from all over the planet.
One of them put their gin and tonic down and have a look.
Yeah, they're going to have a look at this one. That was a late hit. That's number 5, Tomas Olave. He was the recipient of the late hit. So we have a player sent off for Samoa.
Look, and I think that's a good decision. I think if you use your shoulder and you don't use your arm and there's no intention, that isn't rugby union, and it needs to be punished. So I'm glad that the referee took the time to discuss it with his touch judge. Here's the use of the shoulder.
Oh, that's a big late hit.
Well,
Afisa Treveranas.
Perhaps not as bad as the referee made out. Extremely dangerous is what he said. I think he probably was wrapping the arm.
All right. Ball taken away though by Samoa. Pessamino chips ahead.
No sweeper.
He is going to have too much speed. No sweeper back. He'll just dot it. Beautiful hands there from Michele Pessamino, and he extends his try-scoring spree.
Well, they're a little bit more efficient with 6 guys rather than 7. Only takes them 20 seconds to score off first phase. As they say, don't wake the giant.
Well, that's right, Johnny. And unfortunately, Chile, even with the man overlap, did not have a sweeper in place. So that pretty much left the barn door open for Michele Pessamino.
Oh, good vision from him. They move it wide. There's no one coming across in cover. He's just chipped over. And it was actually beautifully weighted just for a pick up and fall over.
12 points to 0 now. Already 5 for the weekend. They're only halfway through their second match. All right, Samoa. Beautiful work there.
Yeah, it's fantastic work from Kelly.
Wally Mai looking for space. They're going to have an advantage there. That looked like it went forward.
Sorry, not
yes, it did.
Yeah.
Knock on first.
Wally Mai perhaps trying a little bit too much, trying to thread the needle there.
Okay, here's a mark. Here's a mark.
So there's Wally Mai.
Bind, okay?
63 IRB Sevens tournaments.
Crouch!
And counting. Phenomenal achievement.
Engage.
Little master from Samoa.
Okay, here's a mark. Come closer, come closer. Closer. Okay, crouch, touch, pause, engage.
You have a look at the defense right now with one man down. Very compact defensive pattern from Samoa. They spread now.
Good. Different Kenia.
Chile attack up the middle of the field. Good tackle there by Lolalui. Pablo Lawrence goes wide. That's number 12, Matthias Verche. Stay strong, able to get it back.
Lovely.
Villavicencio will get the try for Chile. Found the space down the far sideline, able to touch it down. Aldo Villavicencio in for the first try for Chile.
Yeah, it was great support line there from Pablo Leon. But it was Villavicencio who really set it up. Showed good enterprise, was strong on his feet, rode a couple of challenges, got a nice little offload there. Here he is, Villavicencio. Little palm off, great offload, looming on the shoulder. A long loping run of Pablo Leon. And a well-deserved try.
Let's go.
That was a great little offload there by Villavicencio, which I missed.
It was lovely offload actually.
Yeah, it was
and,
good work.
and was great in traffic too, like good little stepping feet, little palm off and then got it away out the back door. It's 12-5 at half time and Chile are not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination.
The only reason why we can say that, Johnny, is Samoa have got a man sent off. They're playing with 6 men. Chile does have a chance in this game now.
I think so, absolutely. It really does obviously level it up when you're one man down in such a sort of short-sighted competition. Listening here to the Chilean coach, Daniel Graco.
Número 2, ¿cuándo se provocó esto? Este try se provoca cuando Ricardo acá adelante va adelante y se generan los espacios, muchachos. Así que con confianza, está claro, estamos bien, muy bien, vamos a entregarnos más todavía.
Encouraging the boys. Stephen Betham will be very concerned about the defensive patterns right now with that man down.
Yeah, I think what's probably going to happen is that when they come out in the second half, they'll really up the tempo in terms of defence to get a stop straight away. The reason why Chile managed to score that try is they went to one contact, recycle, they could move it wide and exploit the fact that they're a man down. So the next part of the game for Samoa will be about big hits and putting a stop on straight away so they don't get tested out wide when they're short. An interesting 7 minutes coming up here.
Wow, it's a great leveler having a man sent off. Just to confirm, Afisa Trevorana sent off for a shoulder charge.
Yes, which the referee coined as extremely dangerous. The replay suggested not.
But that will be sent up to the judiciary, and we will, a little later on today, hear about whether or not there'll be further sanctions against the player. Get ready here.
And of course, it was Lolalui who was suspended for the final last week from memory.
That's right, he was suspended for the final last weekend and the first game today. So Lolalui, the skipper of this Samoan side, getting his first action in this game against Chile. We're back underway. Wally Mai kicks off.
Nice take from Pablo Leon, try scorer.
Straight into the defence there. Lolalui right on top of him.
That's unfortunate for Chile. They really needed to secure possession there. And it was actually, in fact, Pablo Lorenz took their kick off. But taking into contact, just not secure.
Louis takes the tap. Goes quickly, finds space in the middle. Needs to offload number 2, Michele. Michele takes the tackle though. Now they go wide. And who's on the outside? That would be 2 hat tricks in the day. 6 tries so far. Michele Pessamino in with the score in the corner. What do you say, Johnny?
Oh, it's very impressive sevens rugby there from Samoa. They got a turnover from the kickoff. They're looking for their offload game, but he stayed strong, made a good decision, Michele. And then it was simple hands. I thought he may have overplayed his hand there a little bit, Uali Mai, but they would put it through the hands nicely, and he was untouched in the corner.
Two games, 2 hat tricks. Michele Messamino really putting a marker down in this tournament. Have a look at that. Ualimai, Michele Pessamino, 118 tries apiece.
I wonder if they'll be passing to each other now.
Who's going to overtake? Who's going to go into the top spot? We may have a decision before the end of this game. Chile now with control.
That's it from them.
Has a little space, finds a gap in the middle. He's going to need to find some support though. Does so, pops it back, a little chip ahead. And now the sweeper's back though for Samoa. Big tackle there. Ualimai tidies up. We're going to have a forward pass there.
Well, Villavicencio is really impressed in this game. Every time they've got the ball, he's been really the attacking thrust for them. He's perhaps not the quickest after about 15 metres, but he shows great endeavour and a great ability to take a man on, spot a gap.
On the body. Here's a mark. Crouch. Stand up, stand up.
4 minutes to go. There's plenty of time for Chile. They can get themselves back in the game. Of course, Samoa down to 6 men.
Fit. Middle.
Samoa's got some fresh legs on there in the scrum. Afiona is now one of the props.
Forward pass.
We're going to come back for another scrum.
It's a forward pass there off the base of the scrum.
Just tried to pop it out. Did not successfully work. We're going to have a scrum down.
Hold on. Stop, number 2.
We got another replacement coming in.
Fa'o Silva for Samoa.
Okay, 5. Number 5.
Fa'o Silva coming on. Michele coming into the bench.
Who's number 5? Sub.
And it's Cornejo, I think, for Chile.
Aldo Cornejo coming onto the field. He was pretty impressive in that first outing.
Okay, hold.
Got a busy first half.
Wait for the ball. Stand up. Wait. Yeah. Time on. Here's a mark. Closer.
Now we're ready to go.
Okay, crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Hold. Man, wait.
Replacement player Cornejo feeds the scrum.
Let it go, Red. Number 9. Off your feet.
Off his feet. Can't play the ball on the ground. So Samoa get the penalty that they certainly would have enjoyed. Now it comes across. Now it straightens. Big work there. It's the number 7, Lalaloy. Finds the support player. And I don't think I have to tell you who scored that try. Michele Pessamino now overtakes Ualimai. It's the greatest try scorer in Sevens rugby for Samoa. That's number 4. Samoa's really putting a stamp down on this game.
Yeah, but I really want to see Lola Louis palm off, because that was pretty scary. Just coming back on the angle and just giving him the full force of his left arm.
Take a look at it. Nice little flick pass there.
We don't see it, unfortunately. But
beautiful flick pass. Pessamino coming off his wing, right down the middle, under the posts. And Samoa off the kickoff. Looked like a knock on there, but it looks like Samoa will retain possession. Pessamino. Oh, we got an intercept. Will he have the legs to go all the way?
Pablo Leon, the try scorer from the first half.
And Leon showing a clean pair of heels there. Will score the try. He gets a pair in this game. Chile hit back. Down to about 2 minutes left in this game. Samoa comfortably in the lead. Good work though. Quick interception.
You know, you say comfortably in the lead. There's still 2 minutes to go. If he knocks this over, they've got 2 minutes to get 2 tries. That is not unheard of. Great. Picking his pocket there, Juan Pablo Leon. Striding away. He's got good pace. Deceptive pace, actually. Long strider.
The conversion was good. So we go in right now, 24-12. 2 converted tries to win the game.
It's possible. They just need a turnover from this kickoff.
Let's go.
It is possible. And with 6 men, there will be space.
Matthias Verche with the kickoff from Chile. Comes down. Samoa want to make sure that they don't turn the ball over. Good cut inside. Fa'o Silva.
Turnover.
And that's going to be first. Yep. Now they go quick offside there. We got an advantage being played. Not 10.
10 meters. Happy the mark. Dave. Here.
Samoa quite happy to allow the time to tick off the clock.
10 meters.
And they go with a quick tap. Number 8, Paul Chantung. Oh, good tackle there. Ball's loose. Gathered by Samoa. That's Lolalui with the ball. Number 9, Navasa. Spins it across. Pessamino. Show the ball. See you later.
Absolute thoroughbred, isn't he? Unbelievable. Just cruising there on the outside. Little slide of the hips, and he decides to put the hammer down and just flies through that gap. That is class.
That will be full time after this conversion, but you got to say this was
wonderful.
The game by Michele Pessamino. And there you go. That'll do it for this one. 29 points to 12. Samoa gets by Chile. They did have a player sent off. Afisa Treviranus will have to front the judiciary, I think, a little later on. Just to confirm, Samoa 29, Chile 12.
So after all 44 matches of the 2010 USA Sevens, available free and on demand.
Well, the man of the moment, Michele Pessamino, absolute try machine, scoring them from everywhere with kicks, off little flick passes supporting, and then the last one I think we'll see is his supreme speed out wide, managing to beat a man on the outside, and he looks in fantastic form, and more than that, he looks really, really confident.
Against Samoa. So Chile and Scotland, first ever meeting, and we've switched seats. My name is Ray Veers. I'm with Wyn Griffiths from Wales. And Wyn, this should be an interesting matchup.
It certainly should, yeah. The Chileans, they come well prepared. They've scored a few tries today already, and they'll fancy themselves against Scotland again.
And we take a look at Scotland there. Want to get a win. Last year they had a remarkable run of making cup quarterfinals.
Yeah, at the home event in Scotland and also at the London tournament. They got to the cup semi-finals on both occasions, and that's what boosted their points towards the end of the season there. But it's consistency of selection, that is the problem for coach Stephen Gemmell. He's got quite a few youngsters here, and they're all contracted to the Scottish Rugby National Academy, which is a good thing, of course. But they need to make the step up to the international stage.
Yeah, the youngsters they've got, and that's really like we've seen with many of these sides this weekend, a lot of teams in transition. All right, Chile will get us underway here. Ball is kicked deep. Handled there by number 1, Scott Forrest, skipper of this Scottish side. Very direct play, as you would expect. In on the side there. Referee Hirabashi from Japan. Good kick to touch there. That'll bring play into the Chilean half.
Through the gate. Okay.
All up 41-12 in the first outing, and then lost to Kenya 11-0. Check that 17.
Time off.
So Scotland there trying to get on the board here. Chile lost to Kenya 33-7, and had that tough outing against Samoa 29-12. Jerovic with the throw, not real straight, but will play on. Scotland hold it up and come back the other way. Scott Riddell takes the tackle. Jerovic, the halfback, gets it swinging wide. Linking up. Pretty good play there, number 12, Lee Jones is going to score it in the corner.
Took his try well, didn't he? He stood up the Chilean defence. They'd swept over to cover the move, but he just checked himself, and then an injection of pace took him away from the Chilean defence and in at the corner. Good try from Lee Jones.
And Scotland are on the scoreboard first up, 5-0. We got the conversion to come. And this was well structured. Did a nice job, found some space, and win. Nice little in and out.
Expertly done there by Lee Jones from the Newcastle Falcons. 21-year-old ex-Selkirk High School. Got a lot of work to do though.
Banged the ball down just before the corner flag. Scotland have the 7-0 lead after that conversion from the sideline. Excellent conversion. They've sort of spoiled all the good work with a restart straight out of bounds.
Yeah, how many times have you seen that today? Quite a few times. Even the more adept sides have been guilty of kicking the ball out in the full at the restart.
All right, that was Kenia that took the tap and went with it. Nice inside ball. This is Pablo Lorenz. Good ball. Will he get the defense is sound, but Lorenz scores the try for Chile. They hit straight back, and Pablo Lorenz, the most experienced man on this Chilean side, shows the way forward.
Yeah, the captain gets the try, but tremendous support play from the Chileans. The break downfield, the ball held up by Llorens, the captain initially. Good support work by Thomas Olave, and Llorens was there to claim Chile's 4th try in the tournament. Big to tie it up, just drifts wide of the right hand upright.
Thomas Olave had the shot at goal, unsuccessful. But I tell you what, Rick, I think this Chilean side's improving with every game.
Certainly they have. They've had a taste of rugby already this season, of course, down in Viña del Mar, their own tournament, and in Argentina as well. They qualified incidentally for this tournament way back early on last year.
And we're back underway. Scotland, the long, deep kick. Temperatures have dropped, as they do in the desert. As soon as the sun goes away, it starts to get a little cooler. Scotland, after the clearing kick from Olivas, takes it up. Good control there, takes it up.
Good solid tackling again from the Chilean, from Felipe Branche.
Jerovic clears it away. Gonna have to fight. Oh, he doesn't need it. Takes a step inside. Lee Jones. Oh, nice dummy. Shows the ball, keeps it himself, and he's going to score it under the posts. Lee Jones with his 2nd try of the game. Scotland extend their lead 12 points to 5 with the kick to come.
And that could well be the try of the first day's competition here at the Sam Boyd Stadium. Lee Jones again has to do the work, cutting back inside. Showed good pace, good vision as well, the feint, and away he goes. 2nd try for Lee Jones.
Classic two-handed dummy there. Sold the defence on it, under the posts.
Lovely pictures, aren't they?
The Exmo camera, slowing it down inch by inch, try by try. Back live now. Chile with possession.
Yeah.
Now that was fair enough by the skipper, Scott Forrest. Ball was just sitting there. Chile are able to maintain possession. Mr. Villavicencio. Not a good pass there. We did have the knock on first, so we're going to have the scrum down to Scotland. That was a very loose pass.
Yeah, certainly was. But the Chileans being out-muscled here, and that is the main problem for the Chileans. Not quite as fast nor as physical as their opponents here in Las Vegas, but they're learning with every game. Crowd pleasers in 2008, certainly in San Diego. Won only 1 of the 6 matches, but showed they could live with the big boys.
Oliver Bassa's come onto the field for Chile, replacing the skipper Pablo Lorenz. Scotland though, with the ball, comes out wide. Little dummy there again. Is he going to get there? Yes, he is. No problems there. Momentum took him over the line. It's number 5, David Tate, who's been playing very, very well here this weekend. He gets the try, and Scotland now putting a bit of sunlight between them and Chile. 19 points to 5 with the kick to come.
Yeah, David Tate, a rangy ball carrying number 18-15, 6 feet 4 inches tall, 16.5 stones on the hoof. And he wasn't going to be stopped because he chose his angle. And the momentum just about carried him over. Third try for Scotland. Conversion is good. And they lead by 21 points to 5.
David Tate plays his rugby a little south of the border with the Sale Sharks. Gets a try there. Scotland 21, Chile 5. We're down in the last 15 seconds of this one, so probably not too much time left. Chile with the last attempt and attack. Number 2, Valadares. Lost that ball pretty easily though. Scotland able to capitalise.
Well, gaps out wide. Should be a man over here.
And there is. Little chip ahead. Wasn't necessary. The sweeper's back. Well done. That was that man, Alda Conejo, cleaning up at the back. And really, Scotland should have kept the ball in hand.
They certainly should. Can't understand why Chile kicked it out there. But there was an opportunity to get a score before the break, and again, inexperience showing.
Absolutely. So the halftime score remains Scotland 21, Chile 5. Listen to a little bit of that fine, fine Scottish tune.
Scottish burr, I think they
yeah,
call it.
I think they do. Stephen
We have
Gemmell
the
there, the
contact,
coach.
and we get the second pass on the way back. We keep challenging, get that inside support. And D, low tackles. There are no excuses for that. And then we get out of that contact. Don't need counter rugby.
Stephen Gemmell, long-time coach for the Scottish Sevens program.
Desperate to make tackles here.
Yeah, the torrid start to the season in Dubai, and George fared a little better in Wellington. Daniel Grasso is the head coach of the Chilean Rugby Football Union, and it's Edmundo Olfos who assists him, the former back row for Chile.
And we are in Las Vegas. USA Sevens presented by Bridgestone. I'm Ray Veers, with me is Wyn Griffith. We are just about ready for the second half here. Scotland starting to assert a fair bit of authority in this game. They'll be happy to get this win under their belt and go into the bowl rounds of games tomorrow with a little bit of positive vibe.
That's what's good. There is something for every team to play for on the second day here, where I like to say that water finds its own level, doesn't it? We should have some interesting matches on the second day of competition at all levels, and Chile, well, they could well turn up the heat again on the second day, having had a good night's rest as well. But it's good exposure for the South American nation side. They're overshadowed, of course, by Argentina and by Uruguay as well.
Well, 2 years ago when they last competed in San Diego, they ended up in the Shield final. So Chile, they definitely have something to play for. So this will be a good experience for the youngsters. And now Scotland, after the penalty, they go wide. That's the number 8, Chris Kinnock. Knock on there, though. And we're going to have a scrum down to Chile. Disappointed there.
Yeah, Scotland, they tied for 9th position last season in the IRB series.
Time off.
And the points, they were accumulated, as you mentioned earlier on, Ray, and the London tournament and their own home tournament, the last tournament of the season in Edinburgh. So they can produce the goods, and they play some attractive rugby at times, but at other times they can be woeful as well.
He's not feeling well.
Okay.
It's kind of like the 15
can you
side,
see?
too.
Just
You know, the Scottish
just ask
15s,
him.
they go out there, they're a very gritty side. I was actually in Edinburgh when they defeated Australia on a very cold, damp night. And those type of games, you know, I mean, if you let them get into a dogfight with you, they can bite you.
Yeah, and let's recap on today's game against Wales, of course, they were leading with about 2 minutes to go. Now Wales scored 17 points in 3 minutes. I don't know, but Scotland certainly deserved a victory, but they were denied at the death. So here the game is coming up, Ray.
Take him out and
Wales, Japan. That should actually be a good
you can come back
Japan has been one of the real surprises.
Then
the big games: New Zealand, Australia, Fiji, South Africa, and Samoa versus
Kenya. A little bit of claret there.
Yep, that's going to have to come off for a little cleanup.
Okay.
Yeah, those big games to round off day one here at the Samoa Stadium to determine who finishes top of the group and where every team in every country plays tomorrow, of course.
And I tell you, in that cup competition now, it is so close, it's so competitive. It really doesn't matter if you finish first or second. All right, here's Chile. Good little gap there. Finds some support. Getting isolated though. That's the number 6.
Running up a blind alley there was
Villavicencio.
Aldo.
Now it goes wider. Don't argue there. Handoff. Up. Inside ball knocked on there.
Yeah, the handling skills of the Chileans again letting them down, sadly. They know what they want to do, but they just can't get the execution right at the moment.
Oliver Basso there with the knock on. So Scotland will have the feed to the scrum.
All right, let's go.
I'll get it. Okay.
Quite a few of these Scottish players are full-time professionals as opposed to the Chileans, of course. They have day jobs, they're amateurs. They're putting up a good show really here.
Spirit fight there, that's Olave. Shows the ball, makes 2 yards. Nine's offside, he's going to have to leave it alone. Chile regain possession.
3 wide.
They roll over. It's the number 7, Lawrence.
Good work.
Thought he had been replaced, but he's on the field. Number 12.
That's
doing well.
Rock!
Doing a good job of retaining possession here, Chile. Loose pass. Might work out okay. That's Lawrence. Once again, he's the try scorer.
The Scottish defence is up very quickly there to prevent anything developing by the Chileans, but they've got a chance here. He'll have to come back.
No, it was knocked on before the kick through from Scotland, so we're going to come back for the scrum down, Scottish possession. Got about 4.5 minutes left in this one. Scotland lead the game 21-6, 21-5. You have a look there. Percentages of the tackles. Scotland very efficient in their defensive patterns. Chile struggling a little bit.
I'm bound.
Scotland Bowl quarter-finalists in all 3 tournaments this season. Can't break through to the top 8, and they lost to the Islanders of Niue in Wellington last week.
Well, that's the great nature of Sevens competition. These teams that you wouldn't expect to succeed. Guyana, within a hair's breadth of defeating France, ended up with the draw.
Well, Guyana should have won, shouldn't they?
They really should have.
They butchered a few chances.
Yeah, certainly did. White line fever, I think we were talking about. But it's great for these teams to have an opportunity on the big stage, and they're really enjoying their time here in Las Vegas.
Look at the way Kenya have come on in recent years. That's certainly an inspiration for the smaller nations.
Backwards.
Knocked backwards there from the number 12, Lee Jones, so it stays with Scotland. Possession there, good ball there. Forrest, the skipper, clears it wide. Now they got space. Here's one of the big men, number 8. That will be another try to Scotland. Chris Kinnock with the try there. Finishes it off nicely, and Scotland extend their lead 26-5.
Good example again of the Scottish players taking the ball up right up to the faces of the Chilean defenders before offloading the pass. Everything done at pace. That's the secret of sound. Well taken try by Kinloch, and the no thank you. The handoff, defend, taking me over in the corner.
Thank you.
The conversion was unsuccessful there for Scotland, so the score will remain 26-5. He's going off for having a bit of a rest after that try. Deep kickoff from Scotland sends Chile all the way back. So number 9, replacement player Ricardo Sifri. He got the first try of the day for Chile. And they match up against the Kenyans.
He's a bit of a handful, isn't he?
Number 5, Thomas Olave.
Good pass.
And this is the number 2, Valadares, chased down. Now he has to be, the ball squirts in the touch. Wasn't able to hang on to the ball in that tackle.
Support not close enough either. Sifri too far away. Couldn't quite get the pass to him.
It's that ability to keep the ball alive that's just difficult for some of these teams. They just aren't able to get the support players there quick enough.
Number 3.
Number 3, Felipe Brangier has been replaced. Number 8, Javier Reyes takes the field.
Yeah, both players play for the Prince of Wales Country Club in Santiago.
That's very nice the name of the Prince of Wales.
I suspect there's a polo connotation there somewhere.
I would think so. Knock on there, loose ball there.
Scrum white.
That was number 12, Matthias Versailles. So we're going to have a scrum down.
No, Scotland. Coach. Scotland.
See there,
Pause, engage.
Chile 4 errors, Scotland 2. 50% error rate. He's not going to get the job done. But that was a bad feed there from Scotland. So Chile will have one more chance here. A minute left in this one. Versailles will have the tap. Little kick through there. Where's the sweeper? Bit of soccer skill straight into the referee, so we're going to have to bring that one back.
Yeah. I just can't understand why these teams kick away possession, especially when it's
Nice kicker though.
secured
No,
by
you're
sterling effort in the first place.
He kicked him in.
Referee Hirabayashi, congratulating the kick.
Touch, pause, engage.
Quite a character is Taizo Hirabayashi.
Little loose there from Scotland. That's a good ball. Finds his support. It's the try scorer, Kinlock. Now they come across. Well laid back there. Chilean up. Pretty strong there. Get the Chile. No. I think they're going to get the penalty.
Keep saying up all the time.
Last throw of the dice here for Chile on the first day, on the opening day.
Yep.
There goes the hooter.
Richey with the pass.
Oh, good work.
Good look there. Good switch inside. Ah, nice angle. Looks there. And we're going to get a try to Chile. They will have the final say. That's the replacement. Javier Reyes. Only on for a minute or so, but he's going to score the try in Chile. Their second try of the match. 26-10. Scotland will win this one. Chile, nice finish.
They've scored 5 tries on the opening day, and they don't come any better than this, Ray. They know exactly what needs to be done. Hold it up, set the man in, release the ball. Simple, isn't it?
All right, boys.
Good execution on that occasion.
Javier Reyes with the conversion. Difficult kick.
Not going to be successful. So that will be our final score. Scotland 26, Chile 10. Didn't have much luck against England or Wales, but what a great win that was.
Absolutely fantastic. And I actually thought they improved a huge amount. Kenji Showman pulling the strings for them. And Lapua Latuia, who's actually starting on the bench today. He did get a knock at the end of play yesterday. It was very impressive being the strong man in the middle of the field, but their sevens improved, and it was a very exciting win for them. For Chile, I liked Aldo Villavicencio yesterday, a very impressive player. He's a strong running 10 or 12, the ability to create a hole and also to take a gap himself.
Harry Mason, our referee from Singapore. Got an international crew of referees. Getting his opportunity on the IRB 7 circuit. Yeah, no, both sides were pretty impressive. We've seen them before in previous versions of the USA Sevens. I think the improvement of both sides has been significant.
Yes, absolutely. Which is a great thing, of course. We want better and better and more varied competition.
And we are underway. Japan versus Chile. Japan will have the first possession here. Good tackle there. Number 11. That was Takahashi Tomai. Hassel for that ball there, coming through, and the cover defense from Chile gets over.
Yeah, I felt there that Natsui could have really picked that up rather than tow it ahead. There was one man in front. He didn't really have any pressure on him. Could have just picked up that ball, offloaded, and I think it was try sign to Japan. Japan showing the normal tenacity you associate with that particular style of play in that country.
Decides to go very deep with the restart from the 22. Sends it down into the Japanese quarter. No real pressure on the kicker there. Goes for distance. He'll find the touchline. We'd have the first line out of the game. Oh, about 10 meters into the Chilean half.
Team have the rank athleticism that can take it from 60 or 70 metres, so I do imagine that most teams, when they find themselves under pressure, will kick out of trouble.
Both teams kicked a fair bit yesterday, as you would imagine. They do make a few mistakes. They miss a few tackles, so there are opportunities for either side, whoever wants to be the more aggressive, Johnny, and who can really hang on to the ball best.
Yeah, and that's a sort of great example of what you're saying, Ray. An overthrow at a line out just shows perhaps a little bit of lack of experience at this level, being able to execute the set piece. I favour Japan, I have to say.
Japanese will have the feed. Good shove there by the Chileans, but Japan controls. That was Showman. Now it goes wide. Finding some space. Cuts inside. Takes the tackle. That's number 11, Toyamai.
Now get onside, Rick, get onside.
Good work there from the referee, just making sure everybody's onside. Dug it out there, Natsui. Switch. Some loose play. He was okay, he was onside. This is Lawrence. Check that Valadares. Valadares finds support inside, but that's been lost forward. We're gonna have the knock on there. Enterprising play from both sides, but it was the turnover, Johnny, that created the opportunity for Chile.
Yeah, nice breakout from that man on screen, Valadares. Lovely break, but you saw a turnover there. Japan moving the ball wide and just not being able to physically impose themselves on that wide breakdown and getting turned over by a very physical Chilean defence.
Well, the Japanese cover defence was stretched there, but they were able to run down Patricio Valadares.
Come on, let's go.
We're midway through this first half. Game number 2, Championship Sunday.
Pause, engage, steady.
And Chile setting up defensively from this scrum for the kick, which gives you an indication.
A little chip to there. That's going to go dead. We're going out to the 22.
Sorry, an indication of the kind of style of play that the teams are adopting at the moment.
Well, it wouldn't come as any surprise. Neither of these sides were able to put too many tries on the board. 3 yesterday for Japan, 5 for Chile. So there's maybe a little advantage there for the Chileans in try scoring capability. But as we expected, this would be a very tightly close-fought match between these two sides. That's a great thing about Sunday. The teams have sorted themselves out.
Yeah.
And now we're now comparable teams are really having a go. Chile take it out. That's number 11. That's Olave. Very busy yesterday. Gets it going. Goes out to Conejo.
With
Pablo Lawrence. Good handoff there. Check it. Valadares. Valadares looks inside. That's gone forward. Once again, in almost the identical spot. Valadares with the break.
Yeah, 2 fairly poor missed tackles there from Japan. Provided that opportunity, but Chile showing good width on their play. Japan also at the moment travelling without a sweeper in defence, and you could see the cogs ticking through the Chilean lines, thinking, well, should I just dink it in behind? But they didn't need to, because they managed to break a couple of tackles. So good exciting play from Chile.
Now we saw the graphic there, 3 missed tackles already for Japan. These sides both committed 18 missed tackles during the day yesterday. Good work there. Will he get it down in the corner? Now we got advantage being played to Japan. Little knock on there, right in the corner of play.
And Chile providing an enormous amount of pressure on the Japanese scrum. So they're finding it hard to clear the ball cleanly from the base of that set piece.
Yeah, Barca, Valadares in the scrum here. with Pablo Lawrence, providing a pretty good base here for the Chileans.
Touch, pause, engage, steady.
Oh, that may be a try. Yes, it is. Good hustle there from the scrum half. Aldo Conejo gets the first try. Maybe a little lucky, Johnny, but that was good pressure.
Yeah, I'd like to see that again, actually, because you might well argue that the Japanese halfback, by being tackled, actually grounded himself, but we shall see. Again, the pressure at the scrum I've talked about. He takes it over the line. No, I don't think he ever had control of it, and that's a fair try. And is that a really outstanding mullet that I'm seeing there, Rafies?
That's a South American mullet.
That was wonderful from Aldo Cornejo. I didn't spot that yesterday.
No, that's a good look.
I'm just jealous, though, obviously.
Good conversion there. Olave with the conversion. So Chile get the first try and conversion. 7-0, they lead Japan.
Très grande moulet. Great stuff, and a really bright start from Chile. They deserve this lead that they have with 35 on the clock.
Thomas Olave gets us underway again. Fielded there. Good work there from number 1. Kawazu.
Back foot here.
Japan have a go. Going wide. That's Toyamai. Tackled there.
Release him.
Close to the touchline. Japan, though, looks like they've regained possession. And they got the penalty. Release.
He had to penalise someone there, and he chose Chile.
Pretty accurate call. Number 10, Shulman goes wide with it. Good cut inside. Not tackled there. Able to get back to his feet. That's Tsuki.
Numbers.
Has a look inside. Now they go wide. Japan through number 5, Matsushita. That's number 6, Tomagawa. Good tackle there from Pablo Lawrence. He's going to find the touchline, and that will do it for the first half. Physical effort there from Chile. They've got the advantage. 7-0. They lead Japan in this bowl quarterfinal.
Well, Japan had a chance there to level up the ledger, but they just don't have the cutting thrust that the other teams. They're, as I say, very tenacious, and without Lepuha Latuya really providing the punch in the midfield, it's a difficult proposition for them. They've really got to work to get their overlaps. They have to be very clinical in their execution, and you saw their passes behind.
Wataru Murata, the coach of Japan, being on the back foot most of this game, Japan.
Vamos a seguir metiendo presión cada vez que hay un scrum. En el line-out, nos concentramos en un solo line-out. ¿Qué hemos hecho bien? Tomar la iniciativa de las pelotas recuperadas y atacarlos, porque son débiles defendiendo, y lo otro que hemos hecho bien es
Daniel Graco, a little more animated on a Sunday. Really sees an opportunity here for his team to go through to the bowl semi-finals. So Chile, pretty good first half performance there, John.
Yeah, very impressive. We see Kensuke Iwabuchi there from Japan. Haven't seen him on the field much, but he's a senior Japanese player. Played some rugby over in the UK as well, at university level. The annual varsity match. A very well-known and experienced player in Japan.
It's a big game, the varsity match, isn't it?
It's an occasion.
We see the crowd building in right now.
Do it again.
Great fan support for all of the teams here. Las Vegas, Nevada. USA Sevens presented by Bridgestone, and we are underway for the second half. A little bit of a problem there. Looked like a knock on. No malice in that, just got toppled over. Valadares digging for that ball. It's loose though. Kawazu working hard there for Japan, but it comes out.
Good line.
Pops it up. And that's Valadares again. A couple of big breaks in the first half, but couldn't capitalize on it with the final pass. Come down the sideline. Too strong there. And Chile in with another try. That's Pablo Lorenz, the senior man in this squad. Chile extend their lead, 12 points to 0 over Japan. Kick to come.
Yeah, Pablo Lorenz was impressive yesterday, and that's a fantastic score. I really enjoyed that sort of half Superman with the ball out in the right hand. Here he is, nice big palm off. And as he comes in to score this try, big right hand comes out. We didn't quite see it, but we'll see it from here. Nice palm off, good strong running.
Good old-fashioned, don't argue. There we go.
Enjoyed the dive.
And the conversion's good. Thomas Olave did not leave his kicking boots back at the hotel, so Chile extend their lead 14 points to 0.
Mentioned there also of Aldo Villavicencio, really set up that play with some strong running off that loose ruck.
And the kickoff comes down. Kabazuru fielded that. It goes across to Showman. That's the number 7 on the field now, Shokai. Physical play there from Chile, just out-muscling the Japanese team right now. Olave in there. We do have an advantage being played by the referee to Japan. See how it goes. So the advantage will be over pretty soon. A little wraparound there from Japan. Nice ball.
Nice.
That's Tomogawa. Tackle there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Not rolling away.
Just laying there, being disruptive, Chile. So now they go quickly. They got the numbers. Should have put it through the hands there to hold the defense. Aldo Conejo there in defense. Japan maintained possession. Straightens. Kawazu. Now it comes out.
Use the ref well there.
Yep. Little show of the ball inside. And quick move to the try line, and Japan are in for their first try. Kenji Showman scores Japan's first try. Some enterprising play. They got some reward for it, Johnny.
Yeah, they made a nice break down the right-hand side, but they got caught in what we like to call Mug's Alley, where you've clearly got an overlap, but the defender won't commit, and you end up going through 2 or 3 decisions in your own mind and then eventually get caught with the ball. So you could say some good defending from Chile as it was. But then they moved it back to the left-hand side, and some very good pace off the mark from Kenji Showman when he looked like he just might be running up a little bit of a blind alley.
Good dummy there.
Lovely dummy. Nice switch, and then some good speed.
And the try scorer also made the conversion, so Japan now has 7 points on the board, 14 points to 7. Chile lead Japan. Still got 3 minutes in this. Certainly Japan are not out of this.
No, not at all.
Stretch.
Not at all. But they require actually territory because they're not the sort of team to run it in from 60 or 70.
Good kick there. Japan will regather.
Give it early.
That's the number 7. He's the replacement player, Shokai. Looks like a turnover here. Basa working hard there, and yes, Japan just not rolling away. The turnover committed. Japan not rolling away. Chile will relieve the pressure off of their 22-meter line.
Well, I'm not sure about that decision, to be honest with you. I mean, it looked like every player was on the ground, and surely if Japan has the ball, then it's the responsibility of the tackle player to roll away.
That is Thomas Olave, but in the thick of it this weekend.
Yeah.
And Chile making up their minds what the next tactic will be. They're going to go for touch. Aldo Conejo with the kick. Finds touch just on the other side of the halfway line in Japanese territory, where we'll set the line out. And the kicker Conejo will be throwing the ball in. See there by the graphic, Japan much busier with the ball, but Chile have been quite direct in this game. Contest there. Cornejo. You know, the penalty there. Not rolling out. Cornejo goes quickly.
Good switch.
That's a good ball in the space. Cut inside. Oh, nice contact there. Good tackle. Hours from the side. We're going to have a penalty.
We're not. We're going to have a penalty the other way.
Going to have a penalty the other way for not rolling out.
Mr. Harry Mason is confusing me. I'm sure the players are equally confused.
And this time Thomas Olave will have a kick for touch. Chile quite content just to play field position right now. They got the try advantage here.
Yeah, and they're looking to wind the clock down. They want to retain possession, and you know it's unlikely Japan's going to go from 90. But we shall see.
Cornejo with the call and the throw. Comes up, and it comes out. Olave. Switch of play back the other way. Not back, should be okay. Villavicencio. That's a replacement player. Ranger in the ruck. Cornejo, a little share of the ball. Takes the tackle. Good little dummy there.
Really needed to pass.
Yep. Valadares in quickly, secures possession. Now they got numbers. And the inside man will find the replacement player, Philippe Brangier, for the try.
Well, the initial thrust from Thomas Olave, I thought he could have given the ball on the outside in the first instance, but they managed to recycle possession from here, come wide. Good hands, and that's Villavicencio going through the hole, just held up on a nice offload back on the inside. And a good try there. Good show of the ball. And there he was, Philippe Brangier, looming in support. Come from the far side, so some good support play from him. Made a lot of meters.
That conversion unsuccessful, but Chile getting the job done early in the day here. They defeat Japan 19 points to 7.
Scotland, Argentina is next, and then USA take on Kenia.
The winners will play the USA or Argentina. So referee Francisco Pastrana from Argentina. And it's a case, I think, at this stage of who's going to lift their game. Don't count out Chile. They beat what was meant to be a very strong Japanese side, 19-7. So who knows, Ray?
No, absolutely. I think Chile's got an excellent opportunity here to go through to this final.
Well,
France,
they've always done well in South American championships, runners up to Argentina in the previous one to this year's, which is how they got the qualification. But here at France, they can turn it on. This is Renaud Delmas, their best runner, their top try scorer from Périgueux. And that's an opening that will give them a bit of confidence. Sometimes they seem a bit lackadaisical, but when they turn it on, my goodness, as we know with any French side, they can be world beaters.
That's the frustrating thing about the French teams. 1 minute they can be look like champions. The next minute they'll drop their bundle. France, though, have gotten off to the good start here. Chile's going to have to tighten up the defense and not give France opportunities like that. And Delmas, he really has been the try scorer for France this weekend.
He has, and previous tournament as well in Wellington. This guy who's played for the French 15 at an amateur level, now in the National Federation League, which is way down with Périgueux. But I think he's been probably their one success story.
Well, he may not be playing with Périgueux too much longer.
There's a thought. There's a thought. Yeah, there might be a few. No, Paul Albaladejo, he's on the bench for this one. So Acebes is doing the restart kicks.
But immediately Chile possession again. Certainly picked up their game. And I don't think many people expected them to beat the Japan side, which is one of the strongest they've ever put out in sevens. They beat them pretty comfortably in the end. Did they go back? No. There will be a let off. There's Ricardo Cifri from COBS Club, one of the newcomers, plays in the national 15 as well. Santiago based.
Closer please, France. Bang your hookers. Crouch. Touch. Balls engage.
8 new players in the Chilean squad, and just to put things in perspective, and a touch of sympathy really for France because of the unavailability of players and an unsettled squad. They've had 12 new players this season before this tournament. So that is, you know, an unacceptable sort of rate of turnover that makes life difficult for selection. No continuity, and that is a key element in this game. Need familiarity. Here come Chile again. Nice little step there. It's made the half gap. Oh, he could go the whole way. Good offload from Villavicencio, and the try. Excellent work.
Oh, that was great build-up from Chile. The first possession they had, they went a little static, but this time they were able to find the gap.
Cifri to score it. Lovely backing up by him.
Absolutely, it was perfect play. They found the gap in the French defense. I thought the French defense laid off a little bit there and just gave them the opportunity. And this Chilean side has proven that they can score tries when they get an opportunity, and now Chile has taken the lead against France.
This was very well done here by Villavicencio. He's a doctor, qualified doctor. So these, remember, are amateur players, as indeed are the French, or virtually, a bit of part-timers amongst them, but that was a class effort. That was a lovely try. So, Thomas Olave. It's a risky knockback, but a bit of improvisation there. Gets the ball to Acebes. That's a very lively start to this bowl semi-final. Delmas via Ben Latif. Besson. Oh, nicely done. Needs someone to offload to. Oh, they've retained it. Eventually, Canivet. Malzieu. Jeremy Malzieu. Oh, interception. Well read by Thomas Olave. Well, this is non-stop. Punishing, in fact, stage of the tournament. Both teams doing their best to keep it alive, but it's turnover after turnover. Referee playing advantage here to Chile. Valladares. All a bit close and tight. There's one man far wide to the right. They can get it that way. They're away. Good tackle coming in on Llorens, the Chilean captain. Goes loose. Acebes against Olave. Acebes unlucky with the little fly hack. It sort of squirted off to the right. And here come Chile again. This is helter-skelter. Wide is Villavicencio. Looking for the switch. Back to France again. What, 2-3 minutes non-stop from Malzieu. France again. Now Durke. Delmas. What a sequence. Delmas over the top. Must be for Canivet. Eventually. Well, what an extraordinary sequence.
No, there was non-stop action there for at least 3 minutes. It was hard to say who was going to come up trumps in that situation, but France were able to finally put it together, hang on to the possession enough, and Canivet gets the score in the corner. Difficult conversion. Chile right on half-time, not out of this at all.
I'll tell you what, I think some of these guys are going to be out on their feet before this game finishes. A few went down on their haunches, at least had a brief breather there. So, a lead of 10-7 to France. Conversion effort. Mathieu Acebes from Bayonne. The flag stays down, unlucky. Still on the wire. Still, what, 25 seconds remaining?
Chile only down by 3 points. They can have a good reset here at the kickoff. They have an opportunity.
Sabes lives in that lovely part of southwest France on the Atlantic coast in Bayonne, a hotbed of rugby that is, in the Basque country. Switch ball by Delmas, wide now. Ben Latif is on his lonesome, but he's going to go the whole way and score on the half-time whistle. Super individual effort by Sami Ben Latif from Montauban. Well, said they're fickle, enigmatic, but when they get that feeling, they score superb tries.
And this was a good try. It was really good support play, good lines. Ben Latif able to straighten and take it in right under the post, and that gives France a pretty commanding lead here at halftime.
17 points to 7 at the turnaround. Well, there's the one open side of this superb horseshoe stadium that can hold 38,000. Not full, of course, but it's been a good inaugural effort. Here, Edmundo Olfos. So only the 43 games ever in the IRB Sevens. Just remember the 11th series. But they are one of those countries that is gaining in knowledge and gaining in strength and gaining in enthusiasm for Sevens rugby.
Well, that's the big thing about so many of these tournaments all around the world. A number of these smaller unions, smaller teams get a chance to compete. They get to see what the big boys are up to. They get to enjoy the atmosphere. And that's one of the unique values of the IRB Sevens World Series. As we go around the world, Nigel, it just broadens further horizons for a lot of people.
It does. And, well, it's been a terrific stay here for the USA Sevens, presented by Bridgestone and hosted by Las Vegas. Las Vegas, first time here for me, and staying with the partner hotels, in our case, the Hard Rock. So maybe they'll give us a free week for that mention. And Hooters, of course, which has its own characteristics. The Palms, the Golden Nuggets, Sam's Town. And no one sleeps here. Here we go, 7 minutes to play. France 10 points ahead, looking for a bowl final. Haven't won any titles this season. They've made a bowl semi-final in Dubai, a shield final in George, in South Africa that was, before Christmas. Bowl final last week in Wellington, but lost to Wales by a margin of just 2 points. But for Chile, well, it would be rather special. Very few wins in their history. They've beaten Canada, they've beaten the West Indies in the past, but no titles or silverware.
You must take long. You must take long.
And they're still in this one. 10 points adrift, 6.5 minutes. They've got a free kick, a penalty. Free kick.
Take long. To here.
Inconclusive beginning to this half. Chile, though, with the first real opportunity, spread the ball a little bit.
Cornejo
possession.
Valladares.
Oh, that was just unfortunate. There was a big gap there, but he couldn't find the right man running into the hole.
Catch the mark, please.
Well, just chatting to some of the people seeing rugby for the first time, they've certainly had their eyes opened by the spectacle of sevens. And of course, we've got all the big ones to come in the sense of the Cup semi-finals, and some very powerful nations in the plate as well, like South Africa and England. So the quality will be right through the rest of the afternoon. Great exponents, and the fitness levels are remarkable in this game, the skill levels too, up at the top level. Here France on the fly once more, the flying Renaud Dalmas, lovely cutback under the post.
Great run.
Started it off and continues in that same vein.
Well, with a turn of speed like that, Nigel, I don't know if he will be playing in the Paraguay for much longer. He may have created some interest to himself.
I remember seeing Farid Sid play in the French sevens, and of course now he's become one of the top players in the top 14 as a flying wing three-quarter. And well, you can talk numbers all over the world of players who have come from virtual obscurity, have made their name in sevens. I mean, England had virtually an entire back division a year ago and still have half a back.
No, that was
well, they did win. A W is a W.
Absolutely.
That's about all that can be said. 24/7 France. They could do it all day, every day of the week, 24/7. Yes, that's an appropriate little cachet word, isn't it, for Las Vegas. Open all night, all day, all week, all year. Chile now need something a bit special here. Just over a quarter of the match remaining.
Extra 10 there, didn't really need to kick the ball away there.
Acebes. Referee Francisco Pastrana. Well, we thought they'd get down to a walking pace after that.
That was a crazy few minutes.
Extraordinary, non-stop action. Perpetuum mobile on the rugby field. Take them out, you win the possession. You see the man in possession when he's pushed over the sideline or touchline, concedes possession. That's all that was behind that. It worked well for France too. Neat little one out of the backhand from Mathieu Acebes. Now with Gaëtan Germain. Fresh legs, come on as replacement. Little push down handoff. That wraps it up for sure.
And France, just a little too much class, a little too much speed here for a tiring Chilean side.
Exactly that. I think a little too much fitness for Chile, who've had to sort of step up into the world level, so to speak. Great experience. They've gained a lot of respect here, and scarcely have been out of the game. They, you know, gave Scotland a run for their money. A couple of tries against Samoa, beat Japan. You know, it's a great return to the fray.
And these French players, you know, quite a few of them are in some very good top 14 programs.
Sure.
So they do have the benefit of all of that conditioning, the skills work and everything. The Chileans, they're amateurs. They're going to have to front for work next week, Nigel.
Yeah, we've got a dentist, we've got a doctor, we've a couple of university students. And France are just too fit and fast here, aren't they? Acebes, here they come again. And this time Yann Ruel from Bourgoin, one of the newcomers in the squad. And they're just running away with it. They really have run out of gas.
Try scorer number 12 for France.
It was a big ask after that huge first half segment. They played pretty well in the first half of this game, but France, just too much speed, too much class right now. And France are going to give themselves a shot at another bowl title.
Well, the inflatable shark has gone the whole way round the ground now, which is one of the little sideline amusements that the spectators have been having. Obviously, the attention not quite so riveted when the game is so one-sided in the end. Wasn't until the last few minutes, though. So at this stage, Chile won't have to suffer very much longer. We're down to the last half minute. This could be Ruel again. And there you see, I mean, that's class pace, good running. And the same guy gets two in a row within a minute.
Good turn of speed there, just took it around the corner. Very quick on Ruel. And France just running away with this one. Chile, they've done well. They've come here, a very new side, only a couple of players with previous experience. They've competed well. They've scored some good tries in this tournament. They're just a little bit out of gas late on a Sunday.
Well, that Mugabe, please, his first two tries in IRB sevens, and congratulations to Yann Ruel. France move comfortably through to the final of the bowl. And we say a fond farewell to Chile, who have certainly shown they are worthy